zoom button. Not much to see out there. And okay, let me go to paper money. And it's possible this stuff will start, and we should be off and running now. And we're open. And let's see. Let's see what Adobe's doing. All right, I am getting feeds, and TC, sorry, and okay, let me see here. Let me go back. Hang with me there, folks. I do apologize. Let's see if. Looks like Zixie's got to get up to 675. Watch that one. MDP, watch it. Ubiquity. Not quite seeing it yet. And we could, this is the S&P 500, so you can watch which ones move up and down fastest. Well, for some reason, it just didn't want to update until the markets open, so I know what it was. Duh. It was working. I just wasn't showing pre-market. My bad. Adobe, Cisco. Here's the Dow. Still making a 5-minute opening range, but it looks like it's still to the downside. That's the S&P. Let's go look at the spiders. And come on, Mr. VIX, where are you? VIX chart moved itself. Okay, obviously the VIX is up. Adobe seems to be going higher. Not really. And the UVXY is up at highs of yesterday. The VIX is the same, I believe. And I think we might want to just pull back here. So be careful. Niceville. Netflix is trying to bounce. It'd be a counter trend trade. No, it wouldn't. It'd actually be pretty good right here. Cisco's coming up. Adobe's coming up. VIX obviously coming back down. Spiders are going higher. Let's do a 1 day 5. And I want to show you one right in here. Is Netflix. 1 day 5. Watch to see if Netflix can actually get over the 291 area, and then I think it can go to 298. Baba. Sure is. and the UVXY and VXX got up towards that the highs from yesterday and pulled and pausing, not necessarily pulling back. Berry. Berry Global. It's above the 5-minute opening range and just a bit over 49. Probably can go up to 51. Good momentums and everything. Maybe like to see a pause here. One thing that's going to happen is that at 10 a.m. they start their conference call. Cisco pulling back. NetApp crapped. Walmart and giving it back. Unless Cisco could get back up here, it's not a player. Mr. Berry's over 49. Mr. Spider looks like she wants to go a little bit higher. Will it try to fill the gap? I don't know. Netflix did not get over 291. All right, we're 12 minutes into the markets. And Spiderooski looks like she wants to come back. I'm going to wait on this one here. This right here was the overall. All right, I'm long some UVXY for 61.52 basically. And I'm watching the spiders here to guide me. Whoa, what happened there? Out for minus 45. Looks like the spiders wanting to go. You may want to look at UPRO over the high of the day. We're going to go over a bunch of those this afternoon at 2 o'clock, Malcolm. But J-Hook primarily. Long some UPRO. Looking for move up to 44.60. Watch the S&P, the gap fill basically. Barry's coming back. Netflix is trying to go back up to the 290s. Yeah, give me a second there, Malcolm. I'll cover a little bit of it here in a second. And we're getting the red side picking up some steam there. Let's see if that's just a pullback. Barry's still on the pullback. Adobe pulling back. Netflix. Let's see if this puppy could go higher here. You got to get over this 269.68. Do a bit of a gap fill maybe. Okay, I'll go over a little bit in just a little bit if we get a lull in the markets, which I think we will at some point. There we get a little bit of a push. Out half of my UPRO. Oh, that was supposed to be a stop, and I went ahead and sold it. So, oh well. I tried doing it on the chart instead of the ladder. That's all right. We got our gap fill, and now we're going to get a push back lower, I bet. Okay. UPRO trade. A net positive, but that's today is the 15th. 3 more weeks, I'll be in the UK. Plus 119 on the UPRO trade. Good thing I got stopped out, huh? Okay. VNDA. All right, let's look and see what it looks like on a. And the daily doesn't look so bad either. We'll put it on our watch list. 60s turned back around. MDP turned right around. Ubiquity Networks kind of following along with Cisco. CNN kind of nothing. Pandora is getting up towards 33. Anything over 33 on a swing basis looks pretty good. Symantec doesn't look half bad. Not sure how much it's got in it. MLNX, Mellanox. Now the S&P is coming back into this area right in here. I'm going to show you on a daily chart. This is that little support area that we hit the top of yesterday. That's what I kind of show is the it's kind of a support area. So I'd be very careful about going. Be careful about going short here, although you could get to the lower part of that and retest the low of the day, but maybe we only get down to 268.50. Okay. Let me find. Let me find a good example or two that I've got from prior trades there, Malcolm. Ones that are already marked up. Some of them we're going to see again. Oh, sugar shoot. there's one kind of pattern where you get an opening range, it comes back and retests, and then the high volume spike at the open. Looks like we're going down lower. Um, and I tell you what, we've got the markets open here. I better keep an eye on them. We're trying to hold this area around 269. They're battling back and forth and watching these zip back and forth. Walmart's giving it back in a big way. Cisco as well. We're still kind of in a trading range on the markets. I think they're just trying to figure out which way they want to go. We're back to the top of the 5 minute opening range, and we're all here at that major support zone. Jones long some nugget. I'm sorry, I didn't even see that. Yeah. Look at a 60 minute. I can see what you're looking at because I've been looking at the same. You're watching Goose again? I'd probably make it break, gosh, I don't know, 67.40 or so, 67.50. There's the hourly chart on Goose, right there, at 67.25-ish. I'd like to make it break that. But I see what you're looking at. That's just the way I'd play it, Joan. Doesn't hey, I'm just telling you what I see. Not that I have a monopoly on the right way to trade. PCG, you dog, you. Wow. A utility company that's getting absolutely trashed. Well, if you look here at the VXX here, that 5 minute opening range is going to be basically the trading range. You got to get below that, and then you go long above that. I mean, go along the markets. Above that, you go short the markets. Yep. They're going to have to invest a lot of money in their infrastructure again, huh? They're both going the same speed here. Amazing. We're below 268.50. Yep. I'm long some UNH leaps. Still have a profit though. Not nearly as much as I did a week ago. There's Cigna, United Health, Aetna, AET. Aetna's actually not necessarily as bad as the rest. The druggies are getting whacked, the big ones, Eli Lilly, Pfizer. IBB, Biotechs. Biotechs might be down near a potential double bottom at 102. I'm having trouble seeing the S&P below 68.40. This is odd. You've got the VXX stochastics. Oh, it's on a 3 minute. Well, still up. This is kind of in no man's land here. Let me do another scan on the markets. Your VNDA is still doing well, although it's not over 2350. Extreme Networks looks like it's a possible. There's Extreme Networks on it doesn't move a lot. And the spider just gave up the ghost a little. Look at the red spinning dial. We're going to go down towards the low of the day, I would hope. Go away. I need to step aside. I'll be right back there. It's 10:11. Shut up, buddy. Shut up. One a day. One a day. Okay, everybody sit down. Hello? Stitch? Buddy? The market just kind of stuck in the middle here. The Extreme Networks is starting to work a little bit. Adobe maybe. See what Cisco's doing. Nah, Cisco's still coming back. Mr. Barry's back up at the highs. Watch for the breakout over 49.25 to 49.50. Market's getting a little bit of a boost here. Still kind of in no man's land, to be honest with you. If you look at the Spider 5-minute here, it's still in this downtrend here. You can see that from the T line. Right. What's that? Yeah, FDA restricts sales of most flavored e-cigarettes to curb astonishing surge teen and vaping. Pursues menthol ban. think it actually banned it yet. I'm not sure. Can they do that? Or does that take a legislative action? Anyway, we're getting a little bit of a push upwards in the markets here. So they don't have to have legislation? Interesting. Adobe's starting to curl up now. It's coming off a really weak area there. Netflix is still not looking very good. Stryker's still lower. Boston Scientific still lower. Let me look. Retail sales are big time down. XRT. There's XRT. Macy's. Let's look at some of the financials. KRE. They're not that bad actually. Citi, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, Creasel hanging. Goose couldn't get over the 66.50. All right, we're looking for some. Whale. I think it's stopped wits. Trip. Yeah, C-Trip has a possibility here. There's our Adobe moving higher. It shouldn't be on a 3-minute. How's Mr. Apple doing today? Still languishing near the bottom. We're still just kind of flailing around here in the spiders. 1022. And you notice how this one just did a pull back there. We're still looking to pull back here. This one didn't really get going very much. We're just kind of, we got going in the pre-market. That was pretty decent move. Yeah. Did retail get ahead of itself, Valerie? Kohl's? Ouch. Let's look at this. Yeah, we're going to the downside. Sorry, I'll pull over in a second. I nibbled a tidy amount of VXX. Probably a mistake, but we'll see. If it doesn't work, I'm out quickly. Just kind of get a feeling that this is wanting to push down to the low of the day. We're looking at 1025. We're going to get a push up or down at some point. Either a rally or a sell-off. Usually 10:30 or 11 o'clock. Go away. Can't believe these darn junk phone calls. There goes the red. We're on a T-line run to the downside. Oh boy, is this a lot of fun or what? Watching paint dry. C-Trip looks like it still wants to go higher. Yeah, we're going to shift to a 15-minute here in a little bit. The low there is 268.08. So let's see if we get below 268. A little bit of a breakout on the VXX. I've been long since 1341. See if we can get a retest of the low of the day. There's another push lower. Another push lower. Right amount. I'm out the VXX on this push. 38.68 on. Okay, Valerie, you might be right on. If you use the VXX, I don't. What I use is because it's a derivative really from the S&P. I use what the S&P is doing, and you're talking about, this is a 15-minute chart. Usually probably a daily chart. I'm not gonna be swinging at that, and I was in a day trade mode. So we're so far oversold that, and we're into this little bucket here. I was just looking for a retest of the low of the day. But yeah, I mean, I'd want to get a bounce before I swing it low to the downside, and then I might want to try to play on VXX. Might want to use options. That way you define your risk. You said 38.68, 10.30. Well, you're looking at this high right here, I believe, 10.31, 38.61. I don't know if it gets that high. I'm sorry, it doesn't get to 40. Here's my momentum bars, the oscillator. This one was a sweet trade back here, early October. Let's look at the spiders back again. But see, I judge it off the spiders, and I was looking between a 15-minute chart, low of the day, or 5-minute low of the day right there on the spike. And I knew there was actually going to be down there, and it's probably going to try to bounce at some point. So I just took my money and ran. Even the way it is right now, it's right where I sold it. May zoom up a little bit higher. Yeah, it's a bit higher than what I sold it now. Because we broke down below the low of the day. Another thing they'll try to do, they'll dip their toe on the other side of logical points. Some people probably went short there on the breakdown, and then they'll whip it right back to the upside. My target was the S&P at or near the low of the day, and I did. Did I get out too early? Yeah. That's my MO, actually. There's another push as we're pushing lower. I never got a sell signal, but I took the money I had. Probably, again, another mistake. It's all about emotions, trying to do mechanically. You see here, once we did this rally here back up, and I went long UPRO to go up to the high of the day here. We've got a couple of reversion of the mean bounces here, but we haven't got above the 8. Yeah, but if you keep taking the little ones and let the bigger ones go without you, like we're now talking 30 cents above where I sold, almost. That's a significant amount. My 5-minute, what is this? Why is this over? Okay. You see right in here, I never got a sell signal. I got up to that kind of resistance level that kind of bounced around, but it never came down below the T line. Never came down below the volatility stop, which is a little bit too much for what I was doing. I'll probably be more critical of myself than you guys will be on me. Always do an after action review, kind of self critique on how you did, what you could have done better. Netflix looked like it trying to do a double bottom there. Mr. Berry's back up at its top. Cisco's just not making it. Mr. Wu is back from the dead. Can't trade Zito. Walmart's getting whacked. C-Trip bounce never worked here. We did a hammer and up slightly. Should have been stopped out on that one. TripAdvisor. Yeah, it's still going nowhere. Boy, did I take my profits early in Striker. Gotta have faith. Back when this thing consolidated yesterday, I thought it was over. It's down another $3.50 today. Yeah, I left over $3 on the table on that one. Another one to keep our eye on is Microchip, MCHP. Not today, but it's getting pretty close and it wants to potentially rally. If the market would stop going down, just even go flat, that one would probably pick up. The There's some stocks on my extended watch list. There's the hammer and the spider on a 5, trying to go higher. Let's see if I can clean up my list here. Get rid of some that are just crapped out. I had high hopes for Unum and it didn't work. Go forward. Mr. Adobe. I need to add Cree to that list. And Mr. Hertz. Anybody want a really small one, doesn't move a lot, is Kiwi. Here's a wild $20 stock. Wild Horse Resource Development Corp. Okay, let me make sure I get that on those on the list. Under trade ideas. All right, we're getting our move higher. We can see this in the spinning green dial. VXX right back down to where I sold, so I mean, and it has a couple of the T line. So are we gonna get more than just a reverse of the mean here? I think so. We're already back up to the T line. If we get up over 68.50, that'll be where this volatility stop is. Let's go under studies. Oh, okay. It's already there, 38. It's covered up. Good move up off the bottom. Oh. Mr. Barry's trying to break out. Notice how it's just riding the T line up. Little bit spready there. 8 cents. A little bit spready on Mr. Barry. I need to step away for a minute. I'll be right back. It is 10:48. Alright, this when I come outside. Alright, come on. Alright, don't knock me over, please. Thank you. Well, my stochastics RSI says we've got a little bit more to go to the upside. The spinning green dial without any red dials tells me we're going higher. It's a tough one today. Aloha, Malcolm. Yeah, all Mr. Berry needed was the markets to give it a little bit of a boost, give it the permission to go higher. And our green and red movements have pretty much stopped. There's a at some point the server may go down this morning. I may need to bounce it. Getting another push up. And we're going to probably run into some sort of sellers around this 269 area, the open 5-minute opening range, maybe a little higher. Okay, approaching 11 o'clock. I guess this move right here was probably our 10:30 rally. And like I said, we ran into some sellers right there at the top of the 5-minute opening range. All right, I am going to leave everything up here. Let's see, Bear HC Trip, U Pro. Let's Dave Tully is here, so let me put the Dow futures here for Mr. Dave. Let's look at today 15. Let's look here, today 15. I'm going to leave that up at a 5-minute chart and back off a fraction. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna step aside because I want to polish up the presentation for this afternoon I think we can do a lot better, more bang for buck than that, than to sit here and pontificate on what the markets are doing. All right, guys, you guys take care. We will see you at 2 o'clock. All right, take care.